So that really was the deal. I'll tell you another thing. When I was really young, like 9 years old, I found out how to cook eggs. Okay, because there were always eggs in the fridge. We always had eggs. So I learned how to cook eggs when I was a little kid, and I would cook eggs for myself. And I wasn't making sunny side up over and easy and all that stuff. I would just scramble eggs up and put salt and pepper on them. And that was all the food I had. Okay, and that was on a regular basis. Okay, we were just used to not having any food. Now, fast forward, prior to that robbing that bank, about 6 months, when I came back from Colombia, right, I wanted to go slaughter. I slaughtered goat. Every month or two, I'd slaughter a whole goat, and I get it cut up and I bring all this meat home so I could eat all day. And they were so pissed off about it. Oh, you can't do this anymore. You can't do this. You can't do that. We don't want you doing this, whatever. And it was like they just, you know what I mean? It was like just a situation that just could not work. You know what I mean? And that really was the deal. I remember being a kid, the only thing we could make was we had a microwave, and then we had these little cheese pizzas, frozen cheese pizzas. It came for really cheap. And we would have like 12 or 15 of them in the freezer, and then you could make yourself a pizza. So it was eggs, pizza, and sometimes you get away with a sandwich. That was it. Dude, I did not eat, man. I did not eat. I don't think people, I don't think people really understood that. They were kids, and I tell them, I'd be like, dude, you got to understand. Oh, why don't you? I'd be like, dude, you got to understand, I don't actually get food in my house, man, the way you get food. I went to kids' houses who were so spoiled. Dude, they were so young, their father would buy them a brand new Apple laptop. They had all the best video games. Their mothers would cook 3 meals a day for them with dessert and salads and all. And I'm not talking about just one person like, oh, he's talking about me. No, I'm talking about many different people. Their mothers would just cook stuff for them all the time. They were always eating, right? If their mothers were at work, their mothers would give them money to buy pizza or buy fast food. You know what I mean? Like, these kids were so spoiled. I look at them like, you guys are fun. And you know what? There was a bit of a kind of a secret animosity and a hate towards me. I remember this one guy, he was kind of giving me a hint. And he goes, oh, I like this 50 Cent song or whatever, where he says, whether it's handed to me or I gotta grab it, I'll get it, faggot, or whatever, something like that. But he didn't tell that was his MSN nickname. And then I was kind of reading that, and I was kind of talking to him, and I was getting that idea from him. He thought that I was kind of giving him the impression that I have a harder life than him, and my life has been much harder than him, and that he's a little spoiled bitch, which he was. He was a little spoiled bitch. And that's the deal. He was a little spoiled bitch. You know what I mean? And I've seen people like that, man. I've seen people like that. I mean, I used to see kids like that all the time. And you go to their house, everything's there for them. You know what I mean? It's crazy. Everything is there for them, man. And that's it. But all these guys claim like, dude, there was no fucking love, man. What are you talking about, man? There was no goddamn love between us like that. Like. Why would you say that? You know what I mean? Like, I don't know, man. It was just but that was the deal. I never really made any friends. That's why when I tried to kind of sort out my life with any friends, I could only deal with so much because I didn't really have any friends. It wasn't even really a real issue to me. You know what I mean? But that's besides the point. I will tell you one thing about reality sometimes is knowing who you are before knowing who you are. And when you find out and you see who you were at one point, even in your adult years, you look at your adult years and you're like, wow, I was doing that. I was doing this. It could be a long time ago, but you look at it and you go, wow, like, dude, that was really fun, man. I was actually doing this and that. Like, holy shit. At one point, I was the man, but, I just could never, like living on this planet sometimes, you can just never, I just could never get into their world. I could never get into this society and this world. And I'm sure that I wanted to at some point. You know what I mean? I'm sure that at some point I thought about it and I was like, when am I gonna actually be an actual person? Versus just being a shadow all the time, moving from here to there, going here to there. When am I actually going to, and it may have happened, not even out of my will. Maybe I didn't ever want to be in that situation, like this childhood and the growing up I had, but it happened. Now, there are some positive points. The positive points is I got a job when I was 15 years old and I could buy food for myself. So I could eat out every day and I could buy clothes. And I actually started buying clothes for myself right away. I was 15, I got my first paycheck or my second paycheck, started buying clothes right away. Food and clothes was number one on the list. I was buying food and clothes. I don't believe that I've ever spent money on any video games in my life. I have never bought a video game. The game was there, it was there. I have never actually bought a video game system, or anything ever in my life. But yeah, that's the deal. That is the deal. I yeah. I remember I was a kid once, and one of my friends wanted to see my house. He comes and he sees the house. You know what he tells me? He goes, "I thought you were poor, man. I thought you were like the poorest kid around, man. Your house is not that bad." I said, "It's not that bad, man, but to have a full stomach or to be eating is a big fucking deal, all right? That's something you can't understand, man. You know what I mean? A lot, kids, they don't understand shit, man. Start telling, why don't you do this? Oh, we do this, we do that." I'm like, dude, you're an idiot, man. You get every fucking little thing that you want in your house, man. You're a little baby, man. You get fucking spoon-fed every little fucking thing, man. You know what I mean? They talk about, oh, I'm such a good kid. They probably think I'm such a good kid. I get good grades and I keep good and my parents are happy with me. It's like, dude, they're feeding you every fucking little thing. Of course they're gonna be happy with you. You're doing everything they're telling you to do because they're fucking giving you everything that you want. They're fucking feeding you and giving you every little thing. You don't know anything about a hard life, man. You don't know anything about that, man. You know what I mean? And you gotta understand, life is, one thing I learned is it's not about always you're brought up and where you were. Life is different because of our own personalities, our natures, and what makes up our person. We get treated different. You can have 5 or 8 kids in a house, or 2 or 3 kids in a house, and they got totally different lives. You know what I mean? Especially if they're from different parents. Now, if they're from totally different parents, they're gonna have different lives. You know what I mean? Even though they're in the same situation, people have different lives sometimes. That's how it is. You know what I mean? But all these people, like, dude, I just want to punch them right in their face. And I'm not even joking about that. Like, I really just, I can't sock. If I socked them in the face, they would call the police on me. But so I probably don't want to do that. But there are people I want to sock in there. You know what? And they know I'll even verbal. They don't even want the verbal abuse. They would dodge me at any second. If they got that verbal abuse, right, I'd be like, dude, remember back in the days, man, you piece of shit, your mom didn't want me coming to your fucking house, man. Your mom said that don't ever bring him into my house again, man. You wouldn't give me fucking a little fucking chocolate bar if you had it, man. You wouldn't give me shit if you had it, man. Your mom told you that I don't want you to don't bring this kid to the house. I even had a guy tell me that my mom doesn't want me to hang out with you. I had a guy tell me, and that was when I was 15, 16 years old. I was 15 years old, and a guy actually told me. And to this day, he's probably acting like he's Jim Carrey, right? Because he had a sibling. His sibling told me that. His sibling told me, my mom was like, why are you even hanging out with him? Don't hang out with him. You know what I mean? And he's probably telling me, oh, he was my best friend. I'm like, I was always the funniest guy. I'm like Jim Carrey. Dude, your mom is fucking telling your sibling, don't fucking, I don't want, forget not bringing, okay, number 1, don't bring him to the house. Number 2, don't hang out with him outside. Okay, I had no fucking love, man. I had no love. And I wasn't gonna hang out with these with some of these kids who were doing all the wrong things. And I didn't want to hang out with them because I was like, this is just, it's not my scene. So I didn't go on that side either. So I just stuck to myself and I took care of all my situations. I was legally earning, so I didn't really have any issues. And because of the way I grew up, I knew how to save at the same time. I know how to save money, and I know how to save money at the same time. But that's the deal, man. Like, dude, there was no love, man. How dare you come out and start talking like that? Now that you think that you can use me, you got something to talk about. Man, you didn't show me any love back in the day, man. You didn't show me no fucking love, man. So-called closest family friends who apparently they knew each other before they even had kids. I remember I was maybe 11 or 12 years old. This kid goes, "Hey, listen, do you want to come over to my house, spend the night there, man, and hang out? We'll play video games together." I'm like, all right. Go to his house. His mom calls him to the room. And I can hear them talking. His mom's yelling at him, slapping him, saying, Who the fuck told you to bring this kid to the fucking house?" And I'm not like, and she wore a hijab also, by the way. I think she still wears the hijab till today. She's Muslim. She wears a hijab. You know what she told? Why the fuck? Who fuck? She didn't say fuck, but who? And she was mad. She slapped him once or twice. And she said, "Why the hell? Who told you that you are allowed to bring this kid into our house? Who the fuck do you think is gonna feed him? Because I'm not gonna fucking feed him. You know, I gotta feed you. You're my child. Who the fuck is this kid? I don't wanna fucking feed him." And I heard her fucking talking. She was so loud about it. She was trying to keep her voice down, but she was so angry that I could hear her voice from the stairs. I was 11 or 12 years old at the time. And dude, there was no love, man. There was no love. There was no fucking love growing up, man. You know what I mean? People don't understand that. It's like it's like they think that I was the most spoiled kid. It's like you're an idiot, man. They think that I was the most spoiled kid. Oh, he must have gotten everything. So you are like, dude, you're a fucking idiot, man. You know, kids are talking about how when I was in elementary, I used to get Pop-Tarts for lunch. That's the only fucking lunch I got. I saw kids. There was a kid, right? And I've been to his house. His mom didn't want me to hang out with him either. He used to come with a big like thermos full of food, and it would be like chicken wings and everything, hot chicken wings. You know, you keep them hot in the thermos. There were kids getting at least a sandwich. I didn't get any food, man. I got a fucking Pop-Tarts, man. I got 2 Pop-Tarts for lunch, man. For lunch, I got 2 Pop-Tarts and a little carton of juice. And you want to hear the most fucked up thing? There was this piece of shit living in that house. Older motherfucker, about 9 years older than me. You know what he had the nerve to say till this day? You know what he has the nerve to say? This guy was spoiled. They used to bring Pop-Tarts and juice for his lunch. He has the nerve to fucking say that I was spoiled because the mother gave me 1 juice box and Pop-Tarts for lunch. These are the motherfuckers fucking with me in my life today. These motherfuckers who didn't do fuck all for me ever in my fucking life are fucking giving me that shit today. You know what I mean? It's ridiculous. The guy used to tell me every fucking day that I was the most spoiled kid in the house because I got a set of 2 thin Pop-Tarts and a juice box for lunch in 2nd grade, in 3rd grade, in 4th grade, in 5th grade. That I was spoiled and I was the most, they would tell me that I was the most spoiled kid in the family, that I was spoiled. These pieces of shit, you know what they do sometimes? If they had it, and I was so much younger than them. If they had an issue, and I'm talking 7, 8 years old. If they had an issue with me, if we had an argument or something, you know what they do? They'd all go together to eat and they'd leave me there. Dude, in 6th grade summer, the mother was trying to get me to go with, or the aunt was trying to get me to go with me and me and 2 of the guys living in the house. Now, the older guy had his license. So she was telling him, we'll do a road trip and go to Florida for the summer and come back. He's like, okay. Last minute, he cancels. You know what she did? She said, I don't have enough money for a plane ticket. I'm going to take the older kid and leave you. And she left me. She didn't even tell me. Her and the older kid got a ticket for the next morning. They got a flight to Florida. And they left me in the house at 11 years old by myself with no mother there for the whole summer. These are the people talking about we took care of him, blah, blah, blah. We gave him everything. Dude, I didn't used to get food to eat, and that wasn't an odd day every single day. I couldn't gain weight. When I was a baby, I was like hefty, you know what I mean? Well, I remember going to preschool, and I was one of the bigger kids there. And then it's like afterwards, just a decline, you know what I mean? Dude, I couldn't gain any weight. Years would go by, and I wouldn't gain weight because I wasn't eating any food. I didn't, when I had my growth spurt, that's when I got my job. I was 15, I had a job. I started buying something similar to milk formula that they give to babies. And I started drinking that. In about 3 months, I grew about 5 or 6 inches. I went from like 5'3" to 5'9". You know what I mean? Dude, let me get to the next video.